When your dog's gone missing or your cat slips out, don't sit there worrying or running all about. There's a hero in the night with a drone in the sky, searching every shadow till your pet's back by your side. Call Trey today, he's on the way with a thermal eye and a heart that stays. An honest man in a deputy's boots, looking through the dark with high-tech truth. From the woods to the streets, no need to fret. Florida Pet Recovery won't quit till you're set. He's got respect, he's got pride. He'll show up fast, he won't let it slide. Doesn't matter where that furry friend hides, Trey's gonna find him, no need to cry. Call Trey today, he's on the way with a thermal eye and a heart that stays. An honest man in a deputy's boots, looking through the dark with high-tech truth. From backyards to fields, from dusk till dawn, Florida Pet Recovery gets the job done. Don't wait, call Trey, he'll save the day.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are having a fantastic week. Welcome to another episode of Tell Me About Your Dog. I'm Sam. I'm a CBT here in the sunny state of Florida. I'm a pet insurance advocate and lover of all things senior pets. I am so honored to have this next guest on with me. He has an incredible job of using drones to locate and rescue missing dogs. Please welcome Trey to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little about yourself.
So I'm Trey. I'm a Florida native. I'm a husband, a father. I have 2 young boys, amazing wife, and 10 months ago, I started a drone company where I save lost pets every night with a thermal drone.
Very cool. So how did you get involved with the drone world? Was that something you took up as a hobby?
Yeah, so I've been flying, I fly a DJI drone. I've been flying DJI drones for the past 10 years for like fun hobby. I am a videographer. I have a pretty big YouTube channel. It's called Triple L Rustic Designs. So for that YouTube channel, like I use big cameras and drones. And I've been watching some videos of like this specific drone that has a thermal camera. And I'm like, I think I'm going to buy that. It was $15,000. I'm like, I promised my wife, like, look, if I get this, I'll figure out how to make some money with it. But got it, intended on using it for like helping hunters recover wild game so that it doesn't go to waste. And quickly realized there's lost pets, like thousands and thousands of lost pets that need saving every day. So kind of transition to just focusing on the pets every night.
Mm-hmm. So do people contact you directly or do rescues contact you? How do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so a lot of my calls come from Facebook. Like people will lose their pet, they'll post on Facebook, say, "Hey, I lost my dog," and luckily now I've built up a pretty good reputation. So somebody in the comment section comments my name or my company, Florida Pet Recovery, and they say like, "Hey, call Florida Pet Recovery. They're really good. They can help you." So they'll call me. I'll get all the information from them, like where did it go missing. I punch it into an airspace map to see if I'm allowed to help them first. And then I'll get all the details. And if they want to have me come out and search with the drone, I get them on the schedule. And I basically go all night, every night from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., basically every night, just driving around the state of Florida, saving lost pets.
Wow, that's amazing. Do drones work better at night? Is that why you wait till the evening?
So it is the drone's main selling point is the thermal camera. And so during the day here in Florida, it's extremely hot. Like everything's hot, the sun's hitting everything. So it does work during the day, but it doesn't work nearly as good as it does at nighttime. So I just do them every night between 8 to 8. And yeah, but it's pretty simple. Like just basically fly the drone up, see the pet with the thermal camera, switch over to the zoom camera, identify that it is your pet, and then we go get it. That finding it is step one. Getting it is the sometimes more difficult part.
Mhm. What are some cases that stand out to you? Some stories of recovered pets that
Man,
really stand out to you from your work?
yeah. So I've got some pretty cool ones. I've done 202 lost pet calls in the last 10 months here.
Wow,
And
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, I found 107 of those pets. In the end, I can only find it if it's there to be found. So a lot of times people will end up calling me a day or two later where I didn't find it, and they're like, "Oh, somebody had it the whole time. That's why we didn't find it." But if it's out there to be found, the drone pretty much can find it. Some of the cool ones that come to mind is like a deputy up in like Brooksville lost her horse. So went out there. They had been searching for 15 hours, could not find it. I flew the drone up and found it within 15 minutes. Another really cool one was a capybara. Like a guy had a pet capybara, lost it, flew the drone up, probably about 20 minutes, found it. We chased it all over the place. Ultimately, I ended up landing the drone and going over there and tackling the capybara. So that one was pretty cool.
I'm
But
sure it loved that.
oh yeah, so many cool stories, cool videos, and all of them are on like all the Florida Pet Recovery socials, so you can watch all the videos and see how cool it plays out.
So, what are some measures people need to take to prevent their dogs from getting lost?
So to prevent at the bare minimum, a tracker like an Apple AirTag or like one of those. Now, what people don't realize every single day is that that tracker will only work when it gets near an iPhone. So people all the time are relying on that little $20 Apple AirTag, and their dog is just not near an iPhone, so it's completely useless. So if you have a dog that is like more prone to running away, stuff like that, you need to get like an actual tracking collar, like the Fi collar, Tractive. There's plenty of them out there. Those are like the two big name brands. So if you have a skittish dog, definitely just get a tracking collar, because doing this every night, like seeing the emotional heartbreak that people are going through, it's tough because like I'm there trying to help them, and some of them are crying and just begging me to find it, and it's like I'm trying, but yeah, you can prevent this from happening with a tracking collar.
What's been the hardest rescue so far?
Um, Man, hardest. I've had like five where I ended up finding it deceased.
Mhm.
Sadly, dogs get hit by cars a lot. Like cats, they stay very close to the house. They go missing. They don't really like run out in the street and stuff. They just kind of like hunker down. Whereas dogs run around frantically, like just no care in the world. Run out into roads, run out into cars. As we know, a lot of people aren't paying attention. So, yeah, sadly, I've had I think five total where I found the dog with the drone, but it was passed away from a car.
Mhm. I guess a little bit of a thermal question. Does the thermal pick up different colors if a dog is deceased?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I get asked all the time. The drone is so high quality that it differentiates like temperatures. It doesn't necessarily only pick up living things. So yes, it can see it clear as day. Basically, here in Florida, it's so hot. So if the dog has been passed away a couple days, its body is absorbing heat all day, and then into the night, its body is holding that heat compared to the surrounding grass and stuff. So whether it's been passed away 1 day or 5 days, I still find them just as easy. Obviously, I like finding them alive the best, but it is a very realistic part of it is that we could find it passed away. At least it gives them that closure.
Right. A little bit of peace of mind.
Yeah,
They got the answer.
exactly. Instead of going like never knowing what happened to their dog, now it's over. You got the closure. It's obviously not the outcome that we wanted, but at least they have that closure and they can move on.
Right. And what challenges do you face with your business specifically?
So very good question. The biggest challenge, right, is the scammers. They know that the pet owners are in this an emotional state of mind. They know that this is a real service, but there's not a lot of people doing it. So they basically take everything that I do and they'll trick these people into it every day. So like almost 98% of the people that you see post and like a comment on Facebook about a drone is a scammer. You should never send money to anybody. Never send any money up front to anybody. If they don't have a phone number, do not engage in conversation with them. If you don't talk to them on the phone, just assume that they're a scammer and don't engage in conversation. So every day, sometimes even with my great reputation now, people automatically think that I'm a scammer because of those drone scammers. And then also people don't realize like in the like lost dog community, lost pet community, a lot of like the rescue stuff, like trappers and stuff, they do it for free. What they don't realize is like the drone, there's huge liability with it. And between my two drones, I have almost $30,000 invested in this equipment. So I can't do it for free. And sometimes that ends up like in the comments, they're like, oh, this guy's charging for his service. It should be free. Well, like for me to come out and find your dog, it is I've priced it very reasonable for the service that I provide, but that is a challenge that I face every day.
Right. But it's perfectly understandable. You've put money into the equipment. You take time away from your family
Yeah.
in the dead of the night to go out and find dogs. It's understandable. You would want some compensation for that.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to pet poison hotline.
Mm.
People will used to call my emergency clinic all the time, say their pet ate something toxic. And I would tell them, call this number. This is pet poison control. And they'll give you a case number. And if you need to come in, get medical services done, we're here for that.
Yeah.
They'll call us back and say, oh, that's a scam. It costs $85 to talk to somebody about what my dog ate. And you probably get a profit off of that. And I'm like, no, but there is a level of knowledge with the veterinary toxicologist that you're interacting with.
Hmm.
There is a 24-hour service available. That's not free.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, as much as we would love to do this all for free, there is a cost to it. There's time that's being taken. There's education that goes behind it. Not anyone can just fly a drone.
Correct.
Not
Yeah.
anyone knows what things are toxic at what levels. So there's understandably a cost to it. But you're right. People are quick to assume that that's, being money greedy, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But you do a really wonderful thing because I have never, prior to meeting you, heard of rescuing animals by drone, but it's so efficient and reliable.
It is very efficient. Like there is no other way to canvass an area or search an area quicker than from above with the drone. Like even like if it's a bigger dog, I can fly up to 400 feet legally and still look down and see a huge area, like a vast area, and see the dog immediately. So some of my recoveries, they've been searching for days. I'll fly the drone up, and in a minute and 52 seconds, I'll find it.
Wow.
Like that. I think that's
Is that
the
your
fast,
PR?
I think the fastest was like a minute and 20 seconds or something like that.
That's
where
impressive.
as soon as the drone got up, we looked down. It's like, there it is. And I mean, what's crazy is these owners search for hours, for days, and your eyes can't see what the drone can see. So
Mhm.
it is really cool. And I just want more people to understand that, like, it is a real service. Don't send your money to a scammer. Always contact Florida Pet Recovery, and wherever you're at, I can put you in touch with a real pilot.
Right. A reliable source.
Yes, correct.
So what's the craziest animal you've recovered?
Craziest probably is that capybara. Like that as far as like unique. But like majority of my calls every night are like lost dogs, lost cats. Some of them get crazy. Like just recently last week we recovered one that was sitting on the train tracks. Literally two trains had just passed by it, and it just sat there while the trains drove by, and ended up putting the owner in position, and it came running right to him. Some of them are really easy, and some of them get like absolutely hectic. Last night's was pretty hectic. The owner ended up like taking off in her vehicle so fast she forgot that like the trunk of her car opened up, and like stuff's like falling out, and she's almost crashing into things. But we're getting her to the cat, and ultimately we got the cat. But sometimes it can get a little hectic.
Mhm. I will say, being in a lot of years of emergency medicine, when people's emotions are heightened, common sense is just not on the table at that
Yes.
moment. But it's understandable. They're trying so hard to just be in the moment that they're like, oh crap, still have to collect myself and be a
Yes.
human and do things that I need to do. But so Trey, you saved a lot of dogs and you've helped a lot of people over the years, but you're also a dog dad. So
Yes.
tell me about your dog.
So I currently have a chocolate lab. His name is Glock. He is fantastic. He is 10 and a half years old. He's starting to get over that hump where he's starting to become an old man, a stinky old man, but he's still a wonderful dog, and he's been a great dog. One that really sticks with me, and I've talked about this in some other interviews, is like as a kid, I don't know, did you ever read the book called Where the Red Fern Grows
Oh
in
yeah,
school?
of course.
So I based my entire life off of that book as a kid. My dad helped me buy a red bone coonhound when I was like 13 years old, named him Dan, just like the dog in the book. Ran around in the woods chasing raccoons with Dan every day. He was literally my best friend. And then ultimately ended up getting a female, named her Anne, just like the dog in the book. And I ended up having like puppies, like red bone coonhound puppies, that I ultimately would end up selling to like other people who wanted a beautiful dog. And that's how I made money as like a 15, 16-year old, was like selling my dog's puppies. But ultimately, Dan, they all got out one day and they all ran away. And we ended up getting the Beagle and Anne back, but we never got Dan back. And now I think about like what I do now, and if this service had existed back then, I might have actually found Dan back then. But I know that as good of a dog as he was, and how much he liked like teenage boys, he probably ran up to the first kid he saw. They probably kept him and took him in. But I think about that all the time now, that if I had this drone back then, or if there was a service back then, we probably could have found him pretty easy.
Yeah. Has your chocolate lab ever ran away?
No, he's so behaved. He's very, very good.
Well, he's a lab. He's going to stay where the food is.
Yes, yes. He's man, he's been wonderful. I got him. So I have 10 years as a law enforcement officer. I got Glock as I joined the police academy. Back then I was so ate up that I named my dog Glock. And he's been like the greatest chocolate lab ever since. And it's sad to see him getting older, but it's been a wonderful 10 years with him.
Aw, how is he with your kids?
Oh, he's great. He's best friends with the cats. So like him and my two cats are literally the best friends. I used to let them out together until the cat disappeared. I fully recommend not letting your cat go outside. Like
Very
if
fair.
you let a cat be an indoor outdoor cat, ultimately it will find some place to go explore, and then you're calling me, and it's like, well, that you let it outside. This is a possibility. I recommend keeping them inside. Ever since that happened, I do that now. But yeah, he's great. He's with the kids, he's wonderful. With the cats, he's wonderful. He's just a really good boy.
Aw. So you would definitely recommend getting a lab for a family
Oh,
dog?
I don't think I'll ever own any other dogs after having a lab. I had a black lab before him. He ended up living with my ex. So then I got Glock, and yeah, probably if I have more dogs for the rest of my life, it'll always be a lab of some sort.
Now you just need a yellow lab to complete the series.
Right? Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah,
that'll
one
be
of
your next
each.
one.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, Trey, where can people find you if they're interested in learning more about your drone work?
So if you just Google Florida Pet Recovery, everything will pop up. I always recommend to save my phone number. It's 813-434-6584. Just save it in your phone as Trey Larson, Florida Pet Recovery, the drone guy, the pet saver, Ace Ventura, whatever you want to save it as.
SOS, save my dog.
Yes, like because when this happens, like you're gonna be panicked. You're gonna be trying to find it. If people just go ahead and save it in their phone now, anybody you see that loses a pet, just send them my number. I am one of those people that I don't like having to submit like a request. I don't like having to deal with like an automated thing. So I'm the same way for the people that need to contact me. Like when you call that number, you're calling me like direct, and I spend a lot of time on the phone, but it's the fastest way to get a hold of me, and then I can come out there and help you as quick as possible, because time is of the essence when these pets go missing. So it's very important that people call right away.
It was interesting. When I was in college, I did a thesis on microchipping and did a lot of research on lost dog statistics. And it says 1 in 3 is still the statistic of dogs that will run away.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's 60% of those, unmicrochipped, unidentified dogs
Yes.
don't come home.
Yes.
So I really love the work that you do, because you're providing such an awesome service for helping recover lost dogs and really providing that peace of mind to people in no matter the outcome.
Thank you very
We always strive for the best, but you give a lot of answers to people who need it the most.
And that's one thing that people don't realize. When you call me, it doesn't just necessarily mean like I'm coming out with the drone, you're paying for the service. I give all the advice, every tip that you need to get the dog back. I mean, I have enough experience now that like I can tell you where that cat's going to be. Pretty much every call now, I circle and I say, your cat's going to be in this circle. And every time I'm correct now.
Yeah.
And then with dogs, I can give that advice. All you have to do is call me. And people don't realize that signs, when your dog goes missing, signs are the number one key to success. Like, and not little paper signs, not little 8x10 signs, like a big yard sale style sign at every intersection in the area, you will get your dog back. I can lead a horse to water. I can't make people do it. So I need people to understand that if a dog goes missing, as soon as possible, get to the dollar store, get to Lowe's, and get those big yard sale signs up, and you will probably get the dog back.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Trey, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule
Yeah.
and your drone working time to come on and talk about what you do and sharing Glock's story. It was a real pleasure to have you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. Well, that is all for this episode of Tell Me About Your Dog. Please be sure to follow the show on YouTube and Spotify, and follow Tell Me About Your Dog podcast on Instagram, where I would love to hear your dog stories and more topics you want to hear about. Until next time.